If you're anything like most people, when your computer stops working, it might be a pretty tragic event. You might be wondering, what happened to all my data? How long is it going to take me to get back to where I was? Or I have more important things to be doing than this right now. Well, I might not be able to help you with the last one. But if your computer does crash, hopefully this video will give you a little bit of insight on how to fix it and maybe to figure out how bad the situation really is to help you sleep a little bit better. I just happen to be the lucky owner of a computer that recently stopped working. Not only am I going to get this up and running for myself, but hopefully it can provide some insight as to how you would go about fixing your computer. Of course, every problem is a little bit different, but the general rules apply for every case. So with that being said, let's get started. Now, before we start with the repair, you might be thinking, I don't have a background in computers. I don't necessarily know what I'm doing. I haven't taken a training course for this. Rest assured, neither have I. University courses do not prepare you for this kind of a diagnosis. And most of the people who do this for a career have not received formal training from a university, maybe a college, but a lot of them learn it on their own or on the job. And there's no reason why you can't as well. To start off with, we're going to have absolutely no cables attached to the box, and you'll want to leave it like this for at least 30 seconds. There are a few components in the computer that actually store electricity for a small amount of time, and if those are the cause of a problem, sometimes allowing them to drain will actually help solve your problem. So leave it unplugged for 30 seconds, and then we'll plug in two cables. The two cables that we'll start off with are your power cable and your cable for display. We're going to be looking for something specific here. We're going to be looking for a light that comes on, usually on the front of the case for power, and we're also going to be looking to see if the monitor down there, which is connected right now, and the power is on. We're going to be checking if there's a video signal. If there is, then we already know a couple things are okay. And I'll be talking about that in a second. As you might have been able to see, when I press my power button, there's absolutely nothing that happens. I don't hear any sounds, and that's another thing you'll be looking for. If you can hear fans start to spin, that usually means that it's trying to power on, but something is preventing it. You also might have seen there's absolutely nothing on the monitor that's changed. So if you're worried about your data being lost, this kind of a problem is actually sometimes a pretty good sign. Usually it means that there's another component that's failed long before it actually gets to your hard drive, which holds all of your data. The computer I'm working on is slightly older. So the way to take the side panel off of this computer is based on a latch system over here. The computer I'm working on is slightly older, and on this computer, there's a latch that you can pull to remove the side panel, which I'm going to do right now. Here you have the power supply. Sometimes it's on the bottom over here. It supplies power to all the components on your computer. You won't see these in all modern computers, but these are optical drives, and sometimes below there you'll also see a floppy disk drive if your computer case is quite old. Right here are the hard drive bays. There might be multiple of these in different arrangements. This is a graphics card. Your computer may or may not have one as well. This is an older model heatsink and fan. On newer computers, they'll look different, but they'll be easier to usually see around than in this.